push through or pivot. A decision framework for creators stuck in the middle. Not every slow patch is a sign to quit. But not every dead end deserves more patience either. Here's how to tell which one you're in. 11 weeks in, you're neither failing nor winning. Sales trickle in, just enough to keep hope alive, not enough to pay rent. You've read the advice on both sides. Successful creators just didn't quit, and the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Both are true somewhere, which is exactly the problem. Neither tells you what to do this week. What you actually need isn't more motivation. It's a diagnostic. Something that looks at your numbers instead of your feelings and tells you whether you're one price test away from breakthrough or building a beautiful storefront around an idea nobody wants. Why trust the process isn't advice. It's a coin flip. Here's the uncomfortable truth. From the inside, a product that's about to take off and a product that's already dead look almost identical. Both have modest sales. Both have a handful of quiet supporters. Both make you refresh your dashboard at 11 p.m. The difference isn't visible in your mood. It's visible in 4 specific numbers most creators never actually check side by side. Instead, they default to whichever story matches their energy that day. Exhausted people quit good ideas, and stubborn people burn a year on bad ones. This framework replaces both stories with a checklist. The 4-part diagnostic: traffic, offer, price, niche. Every stalled storefront has a bottleneck in exactly one of 4 places. Find the actual bottleneck before you touch anything else. Notice that only one of these 5 rows says, change the product. That's deliberate. Most creators jump straight to my offer must be wrong because it's the most emotionally loaded interpretation, but it's frequently the least likely one. Traffic and price problems masquerade as offer problems constantly. Step 1. Isolate traffic before you blame anything else. If fewer than roughly 5,100 people have actually landed on your product page in the last 2 weeks, you don't have enough data to judge the offer at all. You have a traffic problem wearing an offer costume. 10 sales out of 40 visitors and 10 sales out of 4,000 visitors tell wildly different stories. But they can produce the same some sales feeling. Before touching your price or your product, get honest visibility into what's actually reaching your storefront. If you're on the Pro plan, turn on Google Analytics so you can see real visit counts instead of guessing from vibes. No traffic data yet? That's your answer. The fix this week is distribution, not redesign. Pull your last 14 days of visits, clicks, and completed checkouts side by side. Calculate your click-to-checkout rate, not just total sales. Ask 3 people who didn't buy exactly why, in their own words, not a survey. Check whether your price matches what similar creators charge for a comparable outcome. Confirm your storefront link is the actual bottleneck. Test it yourself on mobile, cold. Give any single change a minimum 2-week window before judging it. Step 2. Test the offer with a cheap, fast, reversible change. If traffic looks healthy but conversion is weak, don't rewrite the whole product. Reframe it first. Swap the headline to lead with the transformation instead of the format. Lowe's the Sunday Scaries instead of Notion productivity template. Rewrite the product description around a single outcome. Add a short bullet list of exactly what's included. These changes cost you an afternoon, not a relaunch. And because store.fan delivers everything automatically the moment someone buys, you can run this test without touching your fulfillment process at all. The FAQ covers how instant delivery and email confirmation work under the hood. 2-week rule. Never judge a change on fewer than 2 weeks of data or fewer than roughly 100 new visitors, whichever comes later. A 3-day this isn't working panic is almost always noise, not signal. Step 3. Treat price as a lever, not a personality trait. Creators routinely undertest price because changing it feels like a referendum on their worth. Treat it instead like any other variable. Cheap to test, reversible, and highly informative. If checkout abandonment is your main symptom, try 2 moves in sequence rather than at once. First, tighten the value proposition on the page itself, screenshots, testimonials, a clear list of what's inside. Second, if that doesn't move the number within 2 weeks, test a price change of 20 to 30% in either direction. Going up sometimes converts better because a too low price reads as low value. Going down only makes sense if your abandonment happens specifically at the payment step, not before it. Either direction, keep the old price on hand. Reverting is one edit inside your product settings, and existing customers keep whatever they already paid. A price nobody questions is a price that's probably too low. Step 4. Only pivot the niche once traffic, offer, and price are all ruled out. Niche pivots are the most expensive move on this list. New audience, new positioning, often a new product from scratch. So they should be the last box you check, not the first. Real signs it's genuinely a niche problem. People engage with your content, but explicitly say the outcome isn't relevant to them. Comparable creators in adjacent niches are clearly thriving with a similar offer, while yours stalls despite decent traffic and a tested price. All the problem you solve is one people complain about, but don't actually spend money to fix. A classic vitamin, not painkiller mismatch. If 2 or more of those are true after you've already tested traffic, offer, and price, that's real evidence. Not a bad week talking itself into a bigger decision. What pushing through should actually look like. If your diagnostic points to traffic or price rather than niche, pushing through isn't passive waiting. It's running the next controlled test on a schedule. Set a date 2 weeks out, define what result would count as progress, and change exactly one variable in between. This is also where a lot of creators quietly recover. Not through some big pivot, but through steady, boring changes. A clearer headline, a tested price, one new distribution channel, that a single link storefront makes cheap to try. Look at a live example store to see how a tight, specific offer gets presented. Small clarity edits like these are usually behind a plateau breaking, not a total rebuild. Whichever direction the evidence points, the test itself needs a real storefront under it. One link where you can change a headline, test a price, and watch what actually happens instead of arguing with yourself in your head. If you haven't already, open your store, fan and run this framework against your own dashboard instead of your gut. And if you want more structured ways to think through growth decisions like this one, the blog has more guides. Or reach contact support if you get stuck setting up the analytics or pricing changes mentioned here. Key takeaways. Stalling out has 4 possible root causes: traffic, offer, price, or niche. And each demands a completely different fix. Run a real diagnostic before you decide anything. Check the numbers in this order, because fixing the wrong one wastes months. A traffic problem looks identical to a demand problem from the outside. The only way to tell them apart is a controlled test. Pivoting your niche is a last resort, not a first instinct. Most dead offers are actually mispriced or unseen. Whichever way you decide, the test itself needs a live storefront, real checkout data, and a way to see who's actually looking. Start your creator store, free, at store.fan.